5 minutes with Sean, maybe 10. Let's get started on this. Last week we talked about the customer journey today and what is actually happening in market. Now I want to talk about what's happened to our sales force. How did we get so freaking lazy, my friends? What has transpired? I know it's easy to get fat and happy when the business is rolling in, right? It's rolling. It's the easiest time to do everything when things are high tide. But high tide always comes in, right? What comes up comes down. Whatever you want to give to that, you can give to it. Here's the thing, it's real. Gross profits are not as high as they were. The effort to sell a car must be better. As I talked about last week, no one did any interview on this young woman at 7 dealerships at all. At all. The best someone did was ask her how she planned to pay for it. Not even why she was there. How she got here. None of it. And I was chatting with a friend of mine, Bill Schomburg. Many of you know him. We were texting about the idea of sales and kind of what I've been doing my whole career. And from his perspective, which is, it's all about relationship building. Sales it's all about that. And I've always taken an organic sales approach. I've never been an overcome objection guy or a big closer guy. I don't buy into all that. People buy from people. So if you have the ability to make human connection, as I believe I do, selling shit is easy because you're not selling anything if you're doing it right. You're just helping someone understand and realize what it is that they're trying to accomplish and help them accomplish it. That's it. It's that fucking simple. We don't have to overcomplicate it. It's why we didn't start CarBiz to be a training company. A, I just didn't want to scale like that. But B, it was kind of like, yeah, there you go. I just gave it to you. Build relationships, ask questions, use the 2 ears you got, close the 1 mouth you got, and you're set. Which I know a lot of you look at me and go, you were quiet? When I sell shit, I'm extremely quiet because I'm listening. That's how you sell. That's the job. When it's time to talk, you talk. But we're not even taking the basics anymore. And I wonder, with all the ideas of buying online, all this other bullshit that no one's actually doing, what are salesmen thinking about this? Because you're probably looking at smaller commission checks. You're probably looking at more work or car deal. We're not doing any, to the sounds of it, real exterior follow-up, right? And that can be holy shit, right? No one's following up by email. No one's picking up the phone. No one's texting. Like, granted, most of these people got a bad phone number, but no one emailed. You don't know if you've got a bad phone number until someone texts you back, who dis. But at the end of the day, you still have an email. You should be going after every avenue until you know those avenues are false. And then if you got false information, you should go back and ask yourself why that was. How many chicks give a guy they're into a bad number? Don't know. Don't think the number's very high, right? How many dudes do the same? So that's the thing is relationships are built from moment one. And trust me, I know I have fucked up plenty of relationships from moment one. So preaching to the choir, my friends. I'm trying to tell you that in the sale of a vehicle now, what you've been experiencing for almost 3 years, the ship has sailed. Any of you old enough and long enough to be in the business remember Cash for Clunkers? How fun was that? No, you don't get a discount on my car. I'm giving you 6 times what your car's ever going to be worth. Thanks. And it's not even me. It's the government. How was that? Guess what? People got lazy. Our owner used to always say the same thing about that particular situation. Pigs get fat. Hogs get slaughtered. Figure out a way to not become a hog. And I don't know how many people were able to not do that over the last 3 years. It's hard. I think a lot of different industries and people fell into this idea that wow, this is the new reality. It's not. And then you put on top of it any economic structure issues, inflation, banks, whatever, all that stuff. And you've got a market that, recession is a stupid word they use for the TV, okay? In-market spending compression happens over time. It's dictated by house prices, car prices, and somewhat of the market. If you're watching that as a general idea of what's going on, and then you're looking at those showrooms, you're talking to the people who are in them, you can see what we have in front of us, okay? And I know some places February was great. A lot it wasn't. Let's see what happens in all the rest of March here as we get into April and into the spring and summer season, and potentially we all emerge beautiful butterflies. But for now, you have a ton of work ahead of you, and you've got to get back to establishing relationships and following up with people, because the idea of a full showroom on a Saturday with no one buying cars seems like more of a reality moving forward than it has been in probably the last 5 years. And that's how we started. Those of us started late 90s and behind that, there was a Saturday full of people kicking tires. You had to figure it out fast, build that relationship, understand, ask the right questions to know how to move people through the funnel. The funnel's back, people. Get used to it. And if you're not spending money on marketing, you may be behind by now. So think about that as well as a bigger picture. All right, everyone. My 2 cents are there. Let me know yours. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and we'll see you again next week.